You know that feeling, right? When you're just kind of staring into space, thinking, what if? It's the language of our biggest daydreams, all our possibilities, and honestly, even where innovation comes from. So in this explainer, we're going to master the grammar that actually brings all those powerful thoughts to life.
Okay, so let's just jump right in with the all-time classic. Seriously, take a second. Imagine it. $1,000,000 landed in your account right now. No catch. What is the very first thing that pops into your head?
Maybe you're out of here, ready to travel the world. Or maybe you've got that brilliant business idea just waiting to happen. Maybe you'd want to use it to help people who need it, or hey, maybe you just finally upgrade that phone. Whatever it is, this what-if game is something we all play, and English actually has a special tool built just for it.
And that tool has this amazing name, the Unreal Present. It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, doesn't it? But honestly, it's the perfect name for the grammar of imagination. We use it to talk about things that aren't real right now, but they could be.
And like any good tool, it follows a really simple, repeatable formula. Think of it as a sentence with two halves. The first part, the if part, sets up the whole imaginary scenario using this simple past tense. Then the second part tells you the result using would, could, or might plus a verb. Simple as that? So let's plug our big question into that formula. If I had $1,000,000, bam, there's your simple past. I would travel the world. See how perfectly that just clicks together? It's like a blueprint for building our daydreams into actual sentences.
But what if you want to shake things up a little? No problem at all. This structure is super flexible. You can put the result first and stick the if part at the end. The meaning, it stays exactly the same.
So you can just as easily say, I would travel the world if I had $1,000,000. It has the exact same imaginative punch. The only tiny thing that changes is you get to drop the comma. That's it. Okay, so here's the one slightly tricky part, but I like to call it the golden rule. Once you get this down, you basically unlock a whole new level of fluency. When your if part uses the verb to be, the rule is you always use were. Right, so this is where people sometimes get tripped up. Even if you're talking about yourself, I, or he, or she, you still use were, not was. In this whole imaginary world of the unreal present, if I was is just, well, it's incorrect. If I were is the correct form, and it's like a secret code that signals you're talking about a hypothetical situation. Let's see that golden rule in a full sentence. If I were a millionaire, I would travel the world. It just sounds a little classier, a little more polished, and it's the absolute key to mastering this whole structure.
All right, so we've used this for our own personal daydreams, but this grammar is powerful enough to imagine much bigger things, like, a better world. So let's do a little practice and see how we can build on this. Okay, pop quiz time. Here's our first scenario. Take a look at the verbs in the parentheses there. How would you fill in those blanks using our formula? Remember the two parts, the if clause and the result. I'll give you a second. And here's the answer. If people used public transportation, there's our simple past, there would be less pollution. And that's our imaginary result. See? A simple tweak to the words, but a really powerful idea. Let's try another one. And notice the sentence is flipped around this time, and we're using that tricky verb be. So this is a test of that golden rule we just talked about. Take a second. How do you solve this one? Did you get it? He would sort his trash if he were smart. Perfect. Even though our subject is he, we use were because we're deep in the unreal present. Fantastic work. Okay, this next one's a little bit chunkier. And check it out, the result part is negative. So how do you handle that not increase? The logic is exactly the same. Give it a shot.
And here we go. If big corporations cared more, simple past, pollution from factories would not increase so fast. Yep. To make it negative, you just slide that word not right in there after would. Easy. All right, last practice question, and this one puts you right in the driver's seat. It's your turn to imagine being the mayor. Just pay close attention to that verb be. How would you finish this sentence? And the answer? Hammering home our golden rule one last time is, if I were the city mayor, I would pass harder regulations. It's a perfect example of how you can use this grammar to imagine yourself in a position to make real change.
So, what's the big takeaway from all this? Well, it's that this stuff isn't just some boring rule for a grammar test. It's so much more. It's the actual language we use to innovate, to solve problems, to dream up a better future, and to ask that incredibly powerful question, what if?
So, I'm going to leave you with that last practice question. Now that you've got the tool, I'm genuinely curious. What would you do? What kind of world would you start to imagine? Go on, think about it. That right there, that's the real power of the unreal present.